Hi, this is Andrea again, and in today's quick video, I want to explain something important about the law of attraction, which is that even when something bad happens to you, it can work out in your favor. All right, now here's the thing when it comes to learning about the law of attraction, oftentimes what we have to shift away from is the idea that things are inherently good or bad. And this is very common, where we've kind of conditioned ourselves to expect that if this thing happens, it's gonna be good, but if this thing happens, it's gonna be bad. And this is something that we often experience in life, and really coming to understand the law of attraction is understanding that things aren't inherently good or bad, but rather you get to choose whether or not they turn out good or bad. So let me give you an example. Let's say that something breaks in your house, an appliance, and it's gonna cost you, you think it's gonna cost you some money. So you automatically get stressed out about it. Something breaks and all of a sudden I'm worried. I gotta spend money, there's gonna be this problem, it's gonna be a big headache. And you come to this one thing that happens, projecting a lot of negative expectation. And so what ends up happening is because we had negative expectation, that problem is indeed a problem. Now, the reverse is also true. So maybe you have a vacation coming up. Most of us have positive expectations about vacations. So you know you have a vacation coming up, and so you're getting excited for it. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna get a tan. I'm gonna go swimming. You're thinking all these great thoughts. And so when you show up at the vacation, chances are you're gonna have a good time. And this is usually the case if we're kind of unaware about how the law of attraction works. We've just conditioned ourselves to believe when this happens, bad things happen, but when this happens, good things happen. But that's not necessarily the case. You could go on a vacation and it could be terrible. It could be the worst thing that ever happened to you. Or you could break an appliance and that could lead you down the road to something really fantastic that would not have happened if the appliance hadn't have broke. The difference is how are you approaching those scenarios, not the scenarios themselves, because any scenario that happens can resolve itself in infinite ways. So let me give you an example on this that I think is helpful. A couple months ago, we got word that my husband's car was going to need a lot of money dumped into it. He needed new brakes, he needed new tires, it was gonna be a few $1,000s. And it was a car he'd been driving for a few years, so it just felt like, that could be a lot of money out. That's just kind of a pain. That doesn't feel so good. When something like that happens, when something big and bad shows up in my reality, the way I try to look at it is, something big, there's some kind of shift going on. I don't know what it means, but I know it could work out for the best. Now, wouldn't you know it? What ended up happening was that action, the car needing all these repairs, was the catalyst for my husband to start looking for a car. And he ended up finding that he could get into really his dream car for about the same cost as the repairs were gonna cost him. On top of that, we ended up having that month a huge month in terms of income with some extra money coming our way. So technically, didn't really cost us anything, and we actually ended up putting away quite a bit of money that month. And now he's driving a car that he loves so much more than that other car. And he wouldn't have that car if the old car hadn't needed the repairs. And he's so happy that he has this new car. And so that's an example of how something that looks bad on paper can resolve itself in a beautiful way if you come at it from the expectation that it doesn't have to be bad. It could work out for you.